Okay, Astrid, it's live. I'm gonna make you host.
Good morning.
Good morning. Literally on the plane taking off, so hopefully this works.
I can't hear you very well. I don't know if you're trying to talk to me. Good morning, Freda. We are live already.
Good morning.
Early.
Perfect. Can you make Gary and I both co-host, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You get that home in the valley, or what's that, Napa Valley? You can finally get a home in Napa Valley, or take the kids on a trip or something like that. Take the whole family on a one.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great Monday morning here in sunny Florida, and I hope it is where you are too. So let's start off this morning before we start a topic that's going to be kind of interesting and fun. As a matter of fact, Adrienne and I switched days today because she's in flight and I have a commitment on Friday. So it works out well. That's why we're all a team. So you will have her on Friday and me today. So here we go. I have a question. Let's talk about your wins from the weekend and last week. And I know there had to be some after that amazing onboarding training on Saturday. And I encourage you, if you missed it, go back and watch it. It was the best one that I have ever seen done. So compliments to Adrienne for that one. Anybody want to share? Come on, Cindy. I know you're there and I know you have something exciting going on, and I'm sure that others do as well.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, we do. We do. We have a few more 3 stars, actually, some over the weekend, and then they're not on the call right now, the Zoom. We have so many working, but still running, and we have a couple more popping in today. So you guys, the fun thing about, and today is my husband's 69th birthday. So happy birthday, Michael. But we are having fun just working with lots and lots of new people. And, when people raise their hand, you guys, you got to run with the ones that are running. Okay. You don't want to just keep pushing people. You want to make sure that people are ready to run and you're ready to run with them. So, and we have a team of people that are all collectively working together. So that makes it even a lot more fun because I'm working with 3 or 4 different downlines right now that are team. Well, actually, they're not even downlines anymore. They're just team. They're all our team. But that's the fun part is when you have brand new people that see it, that get it, and they want to be done within that 2 week period of time. They don't want to take 2 months to get to 3 star. They want to do it in 2 weeks or less. And that's what we're running on right now, you guys. 2 weeks or less. If you can put enough people in front of your people, you guys can do the same thing. So just know that. And please, if you're not doing 3 ways, you guys, you've got to be doing those 3 ways and you got to be collecting those stories because those stories are what are helping other people to make that decision to join us on the journey.
Awesome, Cindy. Thank you so much. And that's going to lead right into what we're going to talk about this morning. That's amazing. Anyone else want to share? We'll take 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I just wanted to welcome Dr. Clint Cornell. He's brand new. He just onboarded yesterday. So we're just getting his office launched. So welcome, Dr. Clint.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that one. Anybody else? One more. Got to be one more great share out there.
Freda,
Yes.
it's Carmen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm excited because I right now officially have 3 2 stars. The leader, her L1, and then her L1. It just ricocheted off. So, like I say, you just got to be consistent and stick with it and continue on, like Cindy says, and work with everybody as one team. So it's exciting.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. Yes, that's exactly right. We are one team. That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, anybody else? Okay, so our topic this morning that we're going to talk about is how to build a team that can present without you. Wow, what do I mean by that? Well, when your team can present, your business can grow 24/7. So what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, let's think of it this way. How do you teach your team to present without you? We're going to cover that because there's really only 4 steps. And when you can present your business 24/7, it grows faster. Your income, quite honestly, is going to grow in direct proportion to the number of people that you have on your team sharing the business opportunity. And you people go, well, I'm brand new. I don't know how. That's fine. When you're brand new, what do? You invite, you put them into the system with the op shares that are being done nightly. So what happens when you have a brand new person who comes on and you're working with them and they want to build their business fast and you're only one person? Because most people think that success really comes from doing the presentations all yourself. No. Success really comes when your team can do it. So what we started working on, because I asked a 6-star one time, how do you grow your business so fast? And his answer to me was, I make sure that I have at least 5 people every week out there showing the opportunity. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I'm brand new here. How am I going to do that? Well, this is exactly what I did. I remembered what he said, and we worked toward getting people up and running to show their own business plan, their own opportunity meeting. So how many of you want more time freedom? How many of you want a bigger business? How many of you want to grow faster? Well, what that really comes down to is simply duplication. And There's really only, like I said, 4 reasons why you want to do that. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. But one of the reasons is because you don't want to be the bottleneck. If you're the only person showing the plan or showing the business, then you become that bottleneck and your team stays dependent upon you. And that is slow growth. So what we do is we bring new people in, and when they're comfortable and they're ready, and most of the time they are, we go, okay, it's time for you to learn to present. And I'm going to show you how we've taught people to present the opportunity. Because when our team presents independently, you get more exposures every day. They become more confident, and quite honestly, they become leaders faster. And you have more leveraged income. So remember this, that your business grows as your people grow. So I'm going to teach you the 4 steps. The first step is we have a PowerPoint of slides, right? It's all right there for you. So what you do is you start off by telling your story. That's step 1. Step 2, in the presentation itself, in the slides, it talks about the product. In the presentation, in the slides, it talks about the opportunity. And then it comes down to the close. And all of that is easy 4 steps. And when you get to the end, you're basically just saying to someone, hey, Henry, you're a very wise person. Do you feel you have enough information to get started? And most of the time they'll say yes, because you just kept it simple. You really don't overwhelm people. So let's look at another part here. How do you use this duplication method? You use it by watching them present, helping them to present, teaching them to present. This is how we do it. So I'm going to share my screen for a second. And we're going to have a little fun. Everybody's seen this, right? Okay. How about, see what I'm doing? I'm just clicking through here, right? This is our presentation. Okay. Gary, why 3?
Yes, why 3? We have science-backed products formulated with advanced cellular absorption technology and listed in the physician's desk reference, typically called the PDR. We also set for global expansion. We're expanding fast. There's new countries, massive room to grow. The momentum is real and it's just getting started. And it's perfect timing. You know, most people haven't heard of us yet, and that means you have a chance to grow. You can shape your success from the ground up.
Guys, what did he just do? He just read that slide. How difficult is that? Not at all. And that's how we teach people to do the opportunity. We bring the slides up, we work with them, and just read it. Build your own story into it. For example, Craig, why now?
Yeah. So why now? Because moments like this don't come often. The GLP-1 category is exploding, almost 53 billion in the US in 2025 and projected to go to 156 billion globally by 2033. People are more aware than ever and actively looking for better solutions. Social sharing is driving everything. What works spreads fast. Early matters, positioning yourself now changes everything. The market is built, the shift is happening. The question is, who moves now?
Imagine that, guys. It's that simple. How many of you on here can do that? How many of you can do that? It's a matter of just pulling the slides up, working with them. And it's okay if they stumble. It's okay if they don't feel comfortable in the beginning. No one does. I mean, we've done millions of presentations in our other businesses, but this was brand new for us as well. So we practiced on each other. I practiced on Gary, he practiced on me, and then we just started doing it. Was it good at the beginning? Oh, absolutely not. I'm surprised people actually got in. But you know why they did? because we were messing it up. And they felt like, well, goodness gracious, if they can do that, so can I. Because we kept it simple and we didn't overwhelm people. So now when we do the presentation, we are putting it over to other people on our team. For example, I would like for, let's see, I don't think Caroline's on this one. I don't know. She may be traveling. Janine, can you tell why? Unmute first, please. Can you tell how it was when you did your first one and how we taught you?
Yeah, the first one is, of course, you're a little nervous. You want it to be right. And the key is the practice. And when Freda and Gary asked me at first, it's kind of, you're hesitant, you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. But you force yourself to do things, to break out, to grow. And I practice in front of a mirror, and I did the first one, and yeah, there were glitches and things that happen, but you just move on from that. And most people don't notice it because they don't know what you're going to say. So they don't know that you're doing something wrong. And if you don't panic in the middle of your presentation, they're not going to ever know anything was wrong. So you'll get through it. And really, once you break the ice, I actually think they're fun to do. So,
What did she say, guys? Nobody starts polished. No one does. And there comes a time when you say to your VA, are you ready? And they say no, and we say, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you are.
And you push them out of the nest, so to speak, teach them to fly. And once they've done it, it just gets easier for them. It's like anything else. Anything, once you achieve it, once you've accomplished it, you're like, that wasn't so bad.
You break the ice, and then you're like, okay, I did it.
I did it. Exactly. And the more of them that you do, the quicker and bigger your business grows. Patty, can you talk for a moment? I don't know if you're muted or not. Yeah, you're muted. How did you jump out of the nest?
You pushed me. I just kept, like every day in the training, you would give us a challenge and you would encourage us. And so when my time came to read, I messed up, but you gave me other chances and I kept going, and each time got better and better. So, I love doing it this way because it absolutely builds confidence. And sometimes we shortchange ourselves and think, oh, we can't do this, we're not qualified. But once we step out and we give it a shot, we realize we're more qualified than we originally thought. So
what is not one of the four? It gives them the confidence. It is overwhelming when you look at the presentation and think I have to do all those slides. Well, it's okay. Don't do it that way. If it works for you to do one or two and bring your team together and train them on 1 to 2 slides at a time, that's fine. You can do that. It's your business. You can operate it any way you want. I'm just so thankful that we have the platform that we do and the teaching tools that we do. We don't have to design it. I spent millions of dollars in my other businesses designing platforms. I didn't have to do that here. All I had to do was plug and play and copy and paste. We don't even really have to talk. I mean, when you go back and look at Adrian's training onboarding from Saturday, how do you build a business? Somebody asked me that question, quite honestly, on Saturday. And a new person, I said, copy and paste and send. And she said, what? I said, watch. And then I just went right through copy, paste, and send. Now, she will be presenting soon because we will train her to do the same thing. So, Craig, how did you start presenting?
What was the last part? How did what? I start my day?
No, how did you start presenting?
Well, watching on hearing and getting on the daily and the nightly Zooms, and then just going through the slides myself, like Janine was saying, and I would just usually just go through the slides, look forward, just like I'm talking to the audience, and go over them. And if there was something that gave me a hiccup, especially with some of our multiple syllable words or whatever, they might get skipped over, or we learned how to pronounce them correctly. So you don't feel that it's a hang up on here. But it's like anything. It's like riding a bike. It's anything you do repetitively enough and practice on, it will become smoother. So it's just a matter of doing it, and just if you feel there's something that you're not as comfortable with, you just work on that one thing. But and it's great that they change, because we're always having new information that stays current, and that just gives you more challenges to and opportunities to share a different type of information with future people.
Awesome. Thank you, Craig. I have a question. Is there any one person on here right now that will work with me for 1 minute who has never presented before? Wow. Come on now. All the people on here, and there isn't one person that wants to talk to me. Really? All right. So what I would suggest is this. When you start teaching your people, they watch you present. That's number one. And then you work with them to do a presentation. And if you're doing it with them, let them read. It's okay to read a slide. It's okay to do that. Just put yourself into it a little bit. Put your own personality into it. And if you're nervous and your voice is going to crack and crackle, it's okay too. Because the person watching knows that, hey, if they can do that, so can I. And then when you start doing your own presentation, and then you teach others to do their presentation, you know what they're going to do? They're going to see it to be so simple. Just like Janine said, they own it. Because once you start showing your own presentation, you do own it. It is your business, and the more you don't have to wait and depend on someone else to show it for you, the better it is. So what I tell people all the time is, just go out there and be yourself. Okay. Just doing it beats being perfect, because we don't have to be perfect, but you have the energy, you have the belief, and you have the commitment, and you are the CEO of your own business. No one else is coming to do it for you. Yes, there's people here that support you all the time, but your own energy and your own drive is going to build your business, and your own authenticity that you put into your own presentation. It's you. It's your business. So what I would like to say to you guys today is just this. Think about going out this week and do at least, if you've never done a presentation before, try to do at least one. That's not asking a lot. Pull up your slides. You'll find them in your legacy platform. It's in there. And if you don't know where they are, let me know. I'll show you. And just do at least one, because when you do that first one, the rest is going to get easy. And so one of the other things is think about other businesses, for example. How many times have you ever gone into a chiropractor's office or a dentist's office and you see a monitor running and they have slides popping up on that monitor? What are they doing? They're presenting their presentation to you. They're presenting their business to you. Now, why did I say it like that? Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're bringing up the slides. You're bringing up your presentation, and it is totally 100% okay to read it. I guarantee you that when Astrid did her first presentation, she probably read it. Is that right, Astrid? She's muted. But I'm sure she did. Who else on here, when you did your first presentation, actually just read the slides? Anyone? Yeah, I see hands going up. Sky, come on, who else? Hands up. I want to see who just actually read the slides. Janine, yes. Carmen. Carmen, go ahead. You can talk with us. I love it when you do your presentation. Of course, I don't understand a word of it because it's Spanish, but it's okay. I don't know if she can talk or not. Are you available to talk, Carmen?
Yes, you asked Freda, how did you do your first presentation? I asked my upline to do it if she could do one, because sometimes you at the last minute you get somebody pops up, yeah, I'm available. And she tells me I don't know how. I'm like, what? You don't, oh my God. And that's when I had to take initiative, especially because I do most of mine, 98% is in Spanish. So I had to push myself and do the presentation and download it and get it organized. It takes work and time, but you prepare it. And the more you prepare, the more you do, the more repetitious, then you just flow at it instead of just reading it on there. But that's how I got pushed into doing my own presentations. And of course, because being in Spanish, I had to do it as well. I just did a PowerPoint. Oh my God, it took me almost all day on Canva. I don't even know how to work all that, but you just push and figure it out as you go. That's all you do. And so now I did a presentation that I like personally with pictures and things that I want to have on it with it. So, but most of them are in Spanish.
I know, because I watched some of yours and I'm like, I have no idea what she's saying, but you know what? I can tell from the enthusiasm and the way she presents it. I know what she's saying, and yet I don't understand Spanish. So thank you for sharing that. BJ.
Good morning, Freda.
Good morning.
We didn't have the slides when I started. So what I would do is I would go to the team site where they had recorded all of them. And I would sit down with the person and either my phone or my tablet and push play. And I just shut my mouth and let the leader do the talking. And that's how I learned it. But then when the slides came along, I mean, I haven't really shown one with the slides, but I can. I had one of my BAs came over the other night and she just registered somebody all by herself. I was so happy for her. And I said, well, here's the slides and you just read them. And we just read them together. And so freaking easy, The hard part's getting into the site and finding the slides. But other than that, I mean, pretty simple, really simple. And I've always had the most effect with doing that. In some cases, with the GLP, people sign up without even seeing the slides because they want those results. So I have to go back in and present, but it's pretty simple after that.
That is so smart, BJ, because yes, in the very beginning, I did the same exact thing. I would go find a presentation and I would play the presentation for them because I didn't know how to do it either. So that's another way that you can get yourself started. But the key point here now is remember what we were talking about in the very beginning when we started off talking today. The magic is duplicating yourself, getting more of you, getting more people out there to show that concept. In other words, as I said, when I asked that 6-star, how do you grow your business so fast? He actually said to me, I make absolutely sure that I'm teaching people how to go out there and do at least 5 presentations or 5 meetings. He didn't call them presentations themselves a week. Go ahead, Sky. Unmute, please.
Oh, hi. Oh, so exactly what BJ just said. They have people who are signing up that don't even hear anything except for I want it. And we have to educate them about what the business really is and how it can be beneficial to them. And so I have been scheduled, I actually have 2 presentations scheduled this week with people who are they're wholesale customers, and yet they don't understand what that really means because they just signed up with the $0 or they signed up for the $1 enrollment. So they don't really get it. So I am in the process of educating them, and I have them confirmed, which is awesome. And I've just been practicing, like somebody said earlier, just look in the mirror and talk to yourself. And pretty soon you think, well, yeah, that rolls off the tongue a lot easier. So don't make it complicated. That's my point. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, ma'am. Keep it simple. Absolutely. Don't overthink it. You're out there just talking to people and flipping through your presentation. Janine, you have your hand up. She's trying to unmute, it looks like. Okay. When you get it unmuted, we'll come back to you. I'll watch it. When it pops off, I'll come right back to you. I promise. So one of the things too that I know some people, like I think it was Sky or someone just said that, you know, sometimes it's difficult to even bring it up on your computer and know how to access it. That's another stage of training. Sometimes you may have to teach people actually how to share their screen. You may have to teach them how to bring up the presentation. You may have to teach them how to find it, because, you know, not everybody grew, unfortunately, I didn't grow up, well, I should say unfortunately, I don't know, I didn't grow up in the computer era either, but I learned, I taught myself. Thank goodness I have some pretty smart grandkids, and they taught me how to do everything I need to do. But one of the other things that I did, if I didn't know how to do it, I went and hired somebody else to do it for me until I figured it out. And that's what business people do. It's successful people have to do that. Go ahead, Janine.
Yeah, so sometimes when I do a presentation, especially if I'm doing it one-on-one with a person, they can't make it to a Zoom, so I'll do it myself. I'll play like the Dr. Dan's like 12-minute video on the GLP. So I do a combination. So I'll play that first, and then I'll go into the rest of the presentation, because he really does explain the science and the GLP so very well that that's another tool, you know, so I don't have to do that part of it. And then I get into the business part of it and the options of, you know, buying and what, you know, what people can do with it. So you can do that. Part of it can be a video that you play from our library.
Absolutely. We have so many tools. My point of talking with you guys today was to just simply say, let's teach people how to duplicate so they can do what you do, because your businesses are going to grow so much bigger and so much faster when you have more than one person out there presenting for you. Look at the number of people, for example, on Adrian's team that's out there presenting. Wouldn't you like to be in that same position and have that many people presenting? Because the goal here really, you know, it's not to build followers, it's to build presenters and leaders and your legacy. So my call to action for you today is to go out this week and you yourself personally, if you've never done it, present the full presentation to at least 2 people. Call up a friend and just say, I need to practice. Will you be willing to spend 20 minutes with me so that I can learn to do it better? Okay. So guys, that's our presentation for today. So let's see how many people actually go out and present this week. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.